across the sea of character sheets, deep in the forest of D20s lies the mountain of source books.
Welcome to the Mountain of Source Books. We hope you enjoyed your climb. My name is Jeffrey Vincent Dale, and I want to welcome you back to our actual play of Monster of the Week for Part 5. Previously on the podcast, the team was hired by a fortune teller named Serenity Evans to look into the whereabouts of her former student, Celino Adesi. She was concerned about her because of an ominous dream that foretold some kind of danger. Their investigation led them to an art gallery where they found a crystal statue that had appeared in Frank's dream and looked exactly like a local celebrity and singer named Dinah Harrington. After studying the statue and realizing that it actually was Dinah Harrington turned to crystal, they decided to sneak the statue out and managed to get it back to Dr. Grace's home. Following up on a lead involving a local crime boss named Quincy Francetti led to Detective Hawk breaking into his home to look for clues while Frank and Dr. Grace investigated a warehouse that he owned. The warehouse ended up being a solid lead as they quickly located Celino there. Before they could find out the details of the situation, however, someone outside of the building began to shoot in through the windows. And now, back to their story. As your invisibility wears off, Celino goes to take a bite of the sandwich, and a bullet flies into the room and destroys one of the windows. And she dives under a table.
Oh, wow.
Am I able to hear it?
Yes, it's loud
Okay.
enough that you would hear it.
I don't really know what side I'm on, so... Do I know which way the bullet came from? Can I just figure it out from listening and since I saw the room?
Yeah, it came from like the sort of general direction of the cars in the parking lot.
Is the way we came in?
Yeah, it's like the same side of the building as the door that you came in, just further on.
Okay.
We'll say you came in on the east side of the building, and then this is like the northeast side of the building right now.
So I hear it. I'm concerned. I'm just gonna haul ass to the sound.
Okay. You get there and you see Frank sort of hunched down behind a wall, and that's
Okay.
pretty much all you can see from there.
Has anything else happened in that 20 seconds? Like another bullet?
You see a laser pointer like hanging around the area where Celino was, but no new shots have been fired.
I don't know if she is on a team. I guess we were kinda supposed to rescue her.
Can I, with the magic, I see observe another place or time. Can I observe where the shot came from, or is that beyond the scope?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to observe where the shot came from and also identify the shooter. Okay, so I got a 5 and a 2, so that's a 7, so it does work, plus weird, 8. So I got an 8. Choose your effect and a glitch. The keeper will decide what effect the glitch has.
All right, let's see.
So either weakened or draws immediate attention.
All right, we'll say that it draws immediate attention because beams of light come out of your eyes,
Okay.
and it's really obvious. Everybody notices it. But you do see that there is a person with a sniper rifle, like, hunched down behind one of the cars with the gun over the hood, using it as cover.
And I see who the actual person is.
Yeah, you don't really recognize him, though. Just a guy with a gun.
Just a guy with a gun. All right.
I'm gonna call out her name. I'm going to...
Come with me if you want to live.
Yeah, come with me. Come with us. Come this way.
You gotta say it in an Austrian accent.
Am I... come with us if you want to live.
She says, I don't even know who you are. I got a better way to get out of this. And she clenches her fist, and these sort of purple flames appear in the room, and they turn into portals. And
What in
3
the hell?
mantids rise up out of the portals and start charging at the guy with the gun.
Okay.
And then she runs off towards the other exit.
We should probably go after her.
Why don't you ever do that?
Why don't I ever do that? Because I really don't have... I investigate. I don't have the ability... I'm a frail old woman.
This just sounds like excuses. All the old ladies that I know are really good at summoning various different predatory insects.
Let's You said she runs off?
Yes.
Let's follow her.
Okay, we both follow.
All right. She notices you running after her, and her hand starts to glow, and she runs into a room. And as she runs in, she slaps the side of the door frame, and there is now a mark on the door frame, and you can't see her anymore. She's in the room.
Okay.
Do we recognize what that mark is?
You can try and find out.
Okay.
Okay, let's roll read a bad situation.
Is that what we're rolling?
We'll say read a bad situation. That makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, because this is definitely a bad situation.
I got a 7.
Okay, here, how about this? He reads investigate a mystery and asks,
Oh, what can it do?
What can it do? It is a spell that basically turns the doorway into like a magical maze.
okay, so we stop.
If I take out my magical sword and I just like hack at the symbol to like destroy the symbol.
All right, yeah, we'll say you do that, and then the doorway goes from like a kind of black void to just a doorway showing another room.
Okay, cool. Now I am going to roll for read a bad situation. 4,
Okay, you learn nothing.
5, 6. Oh, shoot.
Just one
I mean,
short.
Cool.
He was studying it as I like slashed it.
Yeah. Studying it as as you slashed it, and I just say, I have no idea what's going on. Do we want to just wait and kind of peer in?
No, it looks like it's back to being regular. Let's just keep running.
Okay.
All right, so as you enter the room, you see Celino jumping out of a first floor window and running in the parking lot now.
Can we like shout after her and try and like reason with her to stay?
We can manipulate her.
Like, can I charm her into coming back?
You could try it, yeah.
I got a 7.
7.
So yeah, I'm like, wait, we just want to talk to you.
Who even are you? You have to give them a good answer to convince her that you're not going to cause her harm.
Who's the person that told us about her nightmare about her and is worried about her?
It was a fortune teller. I did not write down that name.
I wrote down her name and nothing else in that sequence, so I could not tell you.
Oh, it's her name is Serenity Evans.
So we're friends. We know we were hired by Serenity Evans to like she had a prophetic dream about you, and she was
You're
really
in danger.
yes.
And she
So
sent
she us to protect you. My name is Frank.
All right. She walks back. She's still outside, but she walks back to the window.
can we get out the window, or can we face to face with her? Or...
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm picturing it as her being right outside the window and you guys being right inside the window talking to each other.
Okay.
All right, make it quick, because, I mean, there's at least one person with a gun out there that wants to be dead, so.
Yes. She's just really worried about you. So if there's any way we could help, can you just kind of inform us why they want you dead? And like, what are you doing in this warehouse anyways?
Well, I was hired to stop Quincy and his guys, and I'm almost done. I thought I was done. I guess I missed one.
Yeah, Quincy's also apparently getting away.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen, but, I mean, he's out of the way. Maybe that'll still count well enough to get paid?
Hopefully. Who's paying you?
Well, I can't say that.
Probably if you think about how much would they consider alive but out of the country as away?
Well, I'll find out.
Okay. I'm trying to think of any other questions we may need.
Can I just kind of say, well, let's tell you the prophecy, that prophetic dream about how you're falling into shadow, it being maybe swallowed by spiders. It seems to be some kind of giant trap, is what she had a prophetic dream about. So, like, just so you know, maybe the people who are paying you also bad. Who knows?
What if they're spiders?
Maybe giant spiders.
Allow us to give you a ride, and we'll take you someplace safe that not a soul can get to you. Do I need to roll charm as well?
Yeah, we'll say that'll be a separate roll. Yeah, roll manipulate someone, plus
Oh,
charm.
wow. So I got an 11.
Okay, that's going to complicate things. Not necessarily in a way that'll break the adventure, but not only do they do what you want right now, they also become your ally for the rest of the mystery.
No, that's a 12. I got an 11.
11 plus, right?
11 plus 0.
Oh, plus 0, okay. I didn't hear that part. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, they'll go with you, though.
All right. you ask too much, they'll tell you the minimum it would take for them to do it. Okay. All right. So I guess we're in Frank's car again, driving to
Yeah.
my house.
I would like to think as soon as we like get to the car and pose up in the bus and just stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you gonna text Anne, or is she just gonna show up to see nobody there?
He's like, "Here, I'm here to help," and we're like, "Oh, we're
He
leaving."
texted Anne.
Yeah, I know where I'm supposed to be going, and if you're leaving already, it's funny.
Though I would like to think you show up right as like we're leaving.
Yeah,
So you just like you get off the bus like I'm here to help, and then we're just like, "Oh, we're in the car. Hi."
I was talking to this nice old lady the whole ride, and she knitted me a tiny hat.
Aw. Oh wait, sorry. My character wouldn't say that. My character would take the tiny hat as we're driving and throw it out the window.
Aw. I hope a squirrel finds you.
So we're gonna be driving to Dr. Margaret Grace's place.
Yes.
Just for fun, I'm going to put on Spotify the Diana Harrington's music to see if there's any reaction.
She seems a little annoyed, but she doesn't say anything.
Oh,
And also, she's sitting low so that no one outside will see her in the car.
That's fine. I talk about how my daughter likes how Diana's Dinah, not Diana. Dinah's a local celebrity, and my daughter just loves listening to her on the YouTubes.
I am rocking out.
okay. So we get to my house. I jump out of the car and run ahead of you all and throw a large tarp over
The statue.
over the statue, and then immediately begin making another hot beverage for everyone as
Okay.
you guys, in a normal manner, get out of a car.
And show her in and be like, this is a magic library that holds pretty much any book you would ever want.
Make sure not to scuff the floors.
And ask permission to read the books.
Oh yeah, she's already over there looking at the books. Like she's very eager to see if there's anything of value to her there.
Are you looking for something in particular, dear?
Something dangerous, preferably.
Something dangerous as in fantasy? I don't really have any fantasy books.
She's looking at the books, and then she stops as if she has noticed something.
Something pique your interest?
She almost sniffs a little bit, like she smells something, and then she starts looking around.
We give her a hot beverage.
Yes.
Thanks.
I light a candle.
It's important to provide guests with hot beverages. I am in the business of finding rare items. If you tell me what you're looking for, I might already have it.
I mean, I'm really just kind of looking for stuff I can use to defend myself, magic-wise.
I see. Well, that depends on what you're defending yourself from.
Well, I mean, you saw it. Bullets.
Bullets. All right. I am looking around to see if
Weapons from a less civilized age.
You have like a lead sheet.
As I carry around my sword.
It's a really darky reference.
Am I allowed to give her a book that has is specifically for shield spells? Or is that like a rare? I feel like that's not a rare item. Your basic shields that can protect you from stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's considered just like basic magic in the rules.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I do have this shield book that might be of interest to you. However, I don't provide my books for free or any of my services. So I am going to need something from you.
She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a big shard of crystal. How about this?
What's that?
Crystal.
There are a lot of crystals. Give me specifics.
I mean, it's a rare crystal.
Oh yeah, I'll just take your word for it. What exactly can it do?
I mean, it looks nice. It's kind of sharp. You might be able to make it into like a dagger or something.
I look at her with a "Are you serious?" face.
I will say this, that is a absolute RPG player answer to something.
Let me see here. We keep failing to determine what the hell the crystal is.
And just to be clear, it is very definitely the same type of crystal that these people are getting turned into.
Oh, I guarantee it, yeah. But I already have a shard of it. Let me see here. All right, you say it's rare. Where's it from? Where'd you find it?
She sits there and she's trying to think of an answer for a second, and then she does that kind of sniffing thing again, and like her eye twitches a little bit, and there's like a glow to her eyes now, like a slight
I
purple
am
glow.
going to roll investigate a mystery. And can someone roll read a bad situation and figure out if I'm in any danger standing in front of her?
Read a bad situation.
Okay, I've got an 8 plus sharp, so that's a 10.
All right. So 2 questions.
Okay, what is being concealed here, and what is it going to do?
All right. She seems to be fighting back against something because she is sensing this crystal statue.
Okay.
So that's what's being concealed here. What is it going to do? Based on what you've seen before, it's possible that what she's holding back are the mantids and that they maybe want the statue.
So, actually, no, I wasn't there, so I don't know.
I rolled an 8 to read a bad situation.
Okay, so you get 1 question.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed, or what's the biggest threat, probably?
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Not really. It's just her and whatever's going on with her.
Okay, so we're not in danger talking to her.
But we see her freaking out, right?
We
it
see
looks
her
like she's-
freaking out.
I'm going to go up to her and suggest that something seems to be strange, and that we just walk outside.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Because you can also tell she has no idea what's going on.
Okay. I bring the tea, and we sit in a little garden area outside with a bunch of roses that's like concealed. This is my tea room.
It's nice.
Thank you. Now, about that crystal, where did you find it?
My employees kind of make it.
Your employees make it.
So let me think. Okay, I need to infer some information here. Yeah, it would be investigate a mystery, and I roll a 6, so it doesn't matter. Give me a
You
second.
level up.
Yeah, I did, but that's not going to matter in this game. Okay, so yeah, I reveal some information. So you can take with that what you will. I guess I could ask, why was this done? Just basically imply that I know what's going on with what happened with it. I guess that's the best. Here's how it works. When you reveal some information, a 6-, basically you get a question, but you reveal to the person you are talking to some form of information. So I accidentally let slip something that we are doing, but I do still get the question.
Okay.
So I'm more asking the why, and outside of actually wait, no, maybe that's not what I went. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to use these questions in a way that would actually answer something that I know, because I've figured out what her deal is, but I'm trying to figure out what questions these would actually be useful for. Because one thing I would like to ask is what could fix it, cure it, or slow it down, but there was no way I can ask that without outright stating what our problem is.
Yeah, okay.
And I know I was thinking, why was this done? But I know why she's doing it. She's just being an idiot that thinks that this is a tool. So
So what do you mean they make it?
I mean, like, they create it. They attack their target and bite it, and then crystals.
They bite the crystal, and then what happens?
Well, no, they bite the target, and it
person.
becomes crystal.
So, what could fix it, cure it, or slow it down?
Never tried to cure it, so no idea.
All right. So how exactly is do you just hold it and then bite someone with it? I am very confused as to how this works.
Okay, so I'm going to step away. I'm just gonna call Serenity.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
All right, we'll break away to that conversation. All right, so she answers.
Hi. So we found Selena. Problem. She's kind of murderous psychopath. So I think you were right, but I don't really know outside of, killing a person or arresting them or something like that, which, considering the circumstance, would be very hard to do. I don't really know what you want me doing here.
Well, if she's dangerous, I guess you have to stop her.
I don't really like murdering people.
Maybe you can find a way to imprison her? A jail cell probably won't do, especially with her maze ability.
Yeah, so how about, I don't know. Do you know any, people that, have a labyrinth or something? I don't know. Just a thought process.
I have something I can stick her in, and I have a thing where I can trap her. So just say, yeah, I may have a friend who could do that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You have the oubliette ability, the Haven.
Yeah, I have the 2 havens, and I can do big magic while someone distracts her. But I still would like some of those questions answered. Anyway, continue talking on the phone.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess I will look into doing that. Cool. And I walk back in, and since you were talking to her, I'm going to tap Frank on the shoulder and do the thing with the head where you're just like, over there.
All right. So I'm still asking questions. So my question is, again, they just hold the crystal and then bite someone, and then what happens exactly?
Well, they bite the person, they turn to crystal, and then free money.
Free money. So you rob the person, or the person becomes somehow valuable.
Crystals that only I can produce? Pretty rare, pretty valuable.
Crystal that only you can produce.
Well, okay, technically it's the mantids, but I'm the one in charge.
The Mantin. What exactly are those?
Oh, these guys. And then she does that sort of crushing motion with her hand, and the crystal mantis appears just like it did before.
I
Is it just standing there? Is it peaceful?
It starts off just standing there,
Okay.
and then its head turns and it looks at the house.
No. Okay, so trap a specific person or minion or monster. I'm doing that right now.
All right.
I got plus weird 10.
All right, 10 with the...
Yeah, 10 with the weird.
Okay, so it's trapped. You didn't need to do that. I was in control of it.
What is that? You can't just spawn a monster in my house and not expect me to
Where
trap
did
it?
it come from?
Super rude.
I'm not entirely sure where it comes from. Some other dimension.
What do you mean you don't know where it comes from? You just decided one day that you were going to work with this creature that you don't know what it is. How did you even find this thing?
And how exactly did you, why are you using this specifically with, and I give a list of names of characters that we have met on this sequence, including basically the person she supposedly worked with, and the guy with the gallery, and I just keep doing that. And then one more thing, because I can actually use that one, which is a 8. Okay, I want to know some other questions now.
All right, and one more thing.
Basically, what happens is you get a question from the list, basically, and it's a separate investigation list.
Okay.
So basically, I'm using this to just get a list of crimes that she has committed, just so I have a list.
Okay. Yeah, she seems remarkably unworried about consequences. So
Yeah,
she
I've
just tells
noticed.
you all of this.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Kenta hired me to get rid of Quincy and his guys.
Wait, who hired her to get rid of the... Oh,
Kenta, yeah, he's the head of another gang. He hired me to get rid of Quincy and his guys. I used to sell the crystal through Marcus, but he got cold feet, and then he threatened to call the cops. So I kind of got rid of his assistant. So we don't work together anymore. I mean, he was still going to sell the one statue that I gave him, but... And then as she says this, the mantid in the trap is starts like attacking the bubble or whatever to try and get out. Well, that's weird. They don't usually do that.
Maybe you should put it back.
Doesn't look like those trains as you thought they would be.
Can you put it back?
All right. And then she like snaps her finger and it disappears.
Okay, now that that's dealt with.
Now that that's dealt with, I guess I'll roll again to see if I can trap her. Let me see here. I'm also thinking, am I able to trap her in the panic room? This has essential supplies and is protected by normal and mystical means. You can hide out there for a few days safe from pretty much anything. Can I trap her in it, or is it just for us?
I mean, if you put her in there, she would just be able to get out because the oubliette isn't the version of it that's intended to be a trap.
Okay,
That's
never
the one
mind.
that you can't get out of.
Yeah, I don't have that one. I have infirmary, panic room, and magical laboratory.
Yeah, so I would say you would know that wouldn't work.
Okay. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not going to trap her because she's still fairly calm, and I'm going to ask her one other piece of information. Where exactly did she find the ability, or how did she get the ability? I don't know how to ask that question. Am I asking you that? Do I have to roll for that? Or can I just ask her where she found everything, where she found the mantises?
Yeah, you can ask her. She just says, "Oh, I've read about it in a book. It was really expensive, but it was pretty useful. Made me a way better assassin."
Ah, all right. So I hand her the basics of shields, and I guess I take the crystal.
Okay.
And then we let her go.
You know what? That's honestly a pretty good idea because people are actively trying to kill her. So, you know what? I don't really care.
All right, so you said you're in like a tea room right now?
Yes, we are in a tea room.
Oh, is it a tea room? Oh, yeah.
In order to get back out of the house, do you have to walk past the statue again?
No. There is, so the tea room, there's like an exit to the outside and it goes into the forest wooded area, and then so she can just escape without going to the main road. And I tell her to use the back exit so that she doesn't.
All right. She says, "Cool, thanks," and she runs off. And that's going to be all for this week. Please join us again next week as we take another break from Monster of the Week due to the holidays and have a brief chat about tabletop RPG news.
Our podcast can be found on Spotify, Google Podcast, or our Mountain of Sourcebooks YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at MOSB_2022 and follow our Facebook page, MOSB-Mountain of Sourcebooks, where you can get updates on everything that's happening with us and in the world of gaming.
And with all that said, thanks for joining us. Be careful on your way back down the mountain.